Whether you are 45, 75, or somewhere in between, you know the truth. The wind still feels perfect, but your joints do not. You want that freedom without feeding your chiropractor. So we found 24 affordable, easy motorcycles that sit like your favorite chair and treat your back with respect. Quiet gems that you can grab for a bargain and ride for years, instead of parking them next to your regret. Number 24, Triumph Trophy 900. The Triumph Trophy 900 is a quietly capable sport tourer that focuses on comfort, stability, and simple ownership rather than overblown electronics. Its inline triple, around 885 cubic centimeters, is tuned to deliver smooth mid-range power, enough for highway lanes and winding back roads without ever feeling frantic at normal speeds. Ergonomics are traditional sport touring, with a roomy seat, moderate bar height, and bodywork that keeps wind from hitting your chest. A setup built for long stints without aggressive lean. Owners highlight how the chassis stays composed, how the seat is supportive, and how the bike moves with calm confidence on rougher roads. It is perfect for weekend trips, back road touring, and budget sport touring, where you want serious miles and a stable ride instead of a heavy tourer or a tiny commuter. One rider shared, "It's a beast, massively over-engineered, and should be good for another 50,000 miles if treated properly." New machines are discontinued, but used examples remain available, and many clean private sales show prices around $3,500 and up, depending on miles and condition, which is far cheaper than many modern machines with similar highway manners. The trade-off is age, which brings the usual need for careful inspection of engine seals, belts, and electronics, and parts can be less common than common commuter bikes. Yet when found in good shape, this bike delivers thoughtful torque, relaxed posture, and enough long-range ability to keep riders exploring without constant fatigue. A reliable option when you want a real bike rather than a toy. If you want that planted touring confidence in a lighter, cheaper package, the next bike brings modern single power with real character. Number 23, Triumph Speed 400. The Triumph Speed 400 gives a real motorcycle feel in a compact, easy package with modern reliability and minimal gadget clutter that many senior riders appreciate. Its 398 cubic centimeters, single makes steady mid-range and smooth pull, strong enough for back roads and short highway hops without turning crazy or frantic. Seat height sits just over 31 inches, wet weight lives in the mid-300s, and the fuel tank holds about 3 gallons, so careful riders can see around 60 miles per gallon, which keeps running costs sensible. The riding position is upright and neutral, with a natural reach to the bar, mid-pegs that spare knees, and a saddle that many find comfortable once they add a simple pad for longer days. Handling feels light and confident, tipping into bends with little effort and staying stable even when the pavement is patched or broken, which matters for backs and wrists that hate sudden hits. Riders often praise the easygoing power delivery, saying it has enough shove to feel lively, yet stays predictable and calm for people coming back to bikes after years away. New prices sit a little under $5,000 in many markets, and early used examples shave that by a margin. So value remains strong for a modern, well-supported machine. The main trade-off is wind, since there is no big screen, even though a small fly shield can make things quieter at speed for comfort. If these cheap, comfort-focused picks help you plan real miles, hit subscribe and drop a like so more reliable senior riders find this. Number 22, Honda Ruckus NPS 50. The Honda Ruckus looks like a tiny urban toy, yet underneath is a simple, stable scooter that many older riders love for low-speed confidence. You get a small 4-stroke single with automatic drive, so it is twist and go, while the bare frame and wide bar give it a rugged, playful feel. Seat height sits just under 29 inches, curb weight is under 200 pounds, and the tank holds about 1 1/4 gallons, which brings fuel economy near 100 miles per gallon when you keep the pace relaxed. The riding position is upright and open, with a narrow seat that is easy to swing a leg over and a bar that keeps your shoulders comfortable. One rider shared, "Having a Ruckus brings joy, fun, and adventure into your life. I love this little scoot and would not trade it for a Harley." In town, that low weight and low center of gravity make the Ruckus feel hard to bully and surprisingly steady, which is why many riders call it confident and fun in the same breath. Owners say it feels durable and trouble-free, the machine you park because it asks for little, yet always starts with calm sounds. New prices sit in the upper $2,000 range, while used examples often fall in the mid-$1,000 bracket, which keeps it a cheap, practical way to stay mobile. The limit shows up on longer hills and faster roads, where speed runs out, and you need patience. But for close errands and campsite life, it is hard to beat if you want simple joy. Number 21. Harley-Davidson Street 500 𝐏𝐄𝐑. For riders who want the Harley badge without the heavy bulk and payments, the Street 500 is a practical step when you buy with care. Its liquid-cooled 500 twin makes steady torque that keeps city traffic simple and highway slips peaceful. If you remember, it is a mid-street bike. Seat height feels low when you are aboard, and weight stays under 500 pounds, so the bike feels lighter than twins while staying stable at speeds. The tank holds about 3½ gallons, and with calm riding, returns miles per gallon, keeping fuel spend manageable for riders who watch retirement dollars. The cockpit keeps you close to the ground with a low, narrow saddle, and mid-control seniors find natural, so footing at lights takes strain from stops. Owners who bond with it say it feels friendly and confident by Harley standards, less intimidating than a dresser, yet carries rumble to seem authentic on rides. When new, prices sat around $6,000, but clean used examples now land low to mid $3,000, making this the cheapest Harley value choice. The trade-offs are that the finish is plainer than classic models, and some years show heat and quirks, so you want to buy based on service history and condition. Treated as simple transportation with a bit of rumble, it works as a reliable low-seat daily, and the next bike pushes that comfort into a full, heavy cruiser. Number 20. Victory Vegas 8-Ball. The Victory Vegas 8-Ball is a heavy, low cruiser that gives older riders highway comfort without a massive price. Its huge V-twin is 1,507 cubic centimeters with a 6-speed gearbox and belt final drive, delivering torque rather than a frantic rush. Seat height is about 25.9 inches, and wet weight pushes roughly 662 pounds, so the bike feels planted the moment you roll off. The fuel tank holds about 4½ gallons, which gives a strong range for day trips without constant fuel stops. Ergonomics center on a low saddle, long wheelbase stability, and a relaxed reach to the bars, which makes feet-flat confidence easy at lights and in parking lots. Knees stay loose, and the back stays straight compared to tight sport bikes, so longer rides feel less punishing. Exhaust sound of Victory Vegas 8-Ball. Owners regularly describe it as comfortable and effortless once rolling, with a planted feel that makes highway cruising and diner rides very stable and simple. It is perfect for relaxed group rides, back road trips, and highway hops where you want torque without sport bike posture. New pricing when last sold sat near $13,500, but today, used machines commonly range from roughly $5,500 to $7,300. An astonishing bargain for such a large cruiser. The catch is weight and size, which need respect when moving around. Yet on the road, it rewards calm riding with cruiser comfort. If that heavy highway couch feels like too much metal now, the next machine shrinks the size but keeps relaxed. Beach town comfort. Number 19. Suzuki VanVan 200. If your idea of a perfect day is slow, sunny, and sand on your boots, the Suzuki VanVan 200 is one of the most relaxed small motorcycles ever built. A little machine that treats your body with respect instead of punishment. Power comes from a simple 200cc class air-cooled single that makes gentle torque right off idle, enough for back roads and small-town speeds without any strain or drama. Seat height sits in the low 30-inch range, and the weight stays in the mid-200s. But what really helps older riders is the huge balloon-style rear tire that adds stability and softens rough surfaces that would rattle a skinny tire bike. The riding triangle is pure cruise with a low, cushy saddle, wide bars, and very relaxed knee angle, so your hips, lower back, and shoulders all get an easy day instead of a fight. Owners often say it feels like a two-wheeled lounge chair that just happens to have a plate and lights. And that laid-back feel makes it ideal for campground runs, beach town exploring, gravel park roads, and little coffee runs where you do not care about speed at all. When it was new, pricing sat in the mid-$4,000 range, but now the VanVan lives as a used market gem, with good examples usually somewhere in the mid-$2,000s to mid-$3,000s, depending on year and miles, which makes it a cheap way to get real comfort. The downside is simple. Limited top speed and short legs make fast freeways a nervous place. Yet if you accept that and stay on back roads, the next bike shrinks things even more while staying surprisingly lively and easy to toss around. Number 18. Kawasaki Z125 Pro. The Kawasaki Z125 Pro is what happens when a playful mini bike grows just enough to be useful, yet stays simple and light. Its 125cc single is fuel-injected and willing, giving smooth, predictable drive in town instead of jumpy surprises. Seat height rests a little above 31 inches, but the chassis is so narrow and low that most riders feel secure. Curb weight is just over 200 pounds, and the compact tank holds about 2 gallons, yet economy can reach triple-digit miles per gallon, which feels real value on a fixed budget. Top speed of Kawasaki Z125 Pro. The riding posture is upright with mid-pegs, a short reach to the bar, and a compact wheelbase that makes drills feel controlled. Wrists, back, and knees get a friendly deal because you are not folded like a racer or stretched like a heavyweight cruiser. Owners talk about smiles per mile and say it is easy to practice braking, circles, and U-turns without fear. That makes it a fit for neighborhood spins, short commutes, and relaxed rides. New models usually sit in the mid-$3,000 range, and used examples often live in the low to mid-$2,000 bracket. So purchase and insurance stay gentle. The catch is that the tiny wheels can feel busy on broken highways, and the motor prefers a relaxed pace over high-speed runs. So treat it as a light, practical playmate for smaller roads. Number 17, Moto Guzzi V9, roamer or bobber. For riders who want real character and old-school mechanical sense without a glowing screen in the way, the Moto Guzzi V9, roamer, and bobber are simple, soulful options. An 853cc transverse V-twin with shaft drive gives early torque that feels smooth and steady rather than frantic, and the muted exhaust beat stays calm on slow back roads. Wet weight sits in the low 400s with fuel on board, and the tank holds around 4 gallons, so range is strong enough for relaxed Sunday loops without constant fuel worries. Seat height lives in the low 30-inch range, and the mild peg position keeps knees uncramped while your spine stays fairly upright, a real relief for older backs and hips. The bars fall naturally to hand, the clutch effort is reasonable, and the shaft drive cuts messy chainwork, which keeps ownership simple, clean, and focused on riding instead of chores. At low speed, the chassis feels stable and planted, and the gentle engine rocket idle reminds you there is real mechanical life working under you. Owners often say they enjoy the lazy torque that lets them roll through corners in one gear, which feels very reassuring when they just want easy miles instead of drama. It is solid value if you accept the thinner dealer network, and the next bike turns that relaxed twin confidence into full muscle from a heavy cruiser. Number 16, Victory Judge. The Victory Judge is a heavy muscle cruiser that delivers punchy torques and road presence for riders who want fewer gadgets and more roll. Its V-twin at 1,731 cubic centimeters pairs with a 6-speed gearbox and belt final drive, giving a broad, steady pull that stays calm and useful at normal speeds. Seat height sits about 25.9 inches, wet weight around 674 pounds, and the tank holds about 4.5 gallons, so it stays planted on highway lanes and backroad sweeps. Ergonomics center on a low seat, wide bars, and a relaxed triangle that lets you sit back, rest your shoulders, and gently roll on without shifting. Knees and hips stay easy, and feet-flat confidence is natural at stops, which helps riders be careful about balance. Reviewers often note it feels like a torque-first, simple muscle cruiser that is fun without fancy electronics. It is perfect for backroad torquey rides, short highway hops, and a big bike feel without the bulk of a full touring rig. When last sold new, pricing hovered near $15,999, yet used machines commonly sit around $6,300 to $8,200, a huge value for such a large V-twin. The trade-off is the weight, which needs care in tight spots, but on open roads, the Judge rewards riders with composed, low-stress miles. If all that torque and weight sound like a lot to manage daily, the next bike returns to lighter, classic comfort with simple charm. Number 15, Benelli Imperiale 400. The Benelli Imperiale 400 suits riders who want style with reliable manners, a relaxed standard that prefers gentle miles instead of constant speed chasing most days. Its air-cooled single in the mid-300s makes torque down low, so the response feels smooth and predictable at everyday speeds, giving senior riders calm drive instead of rev chasing. Seat height is over 30 inches. The fuel tank carries 3 gallons, and curb weight lies in the mid-400s, yet the low center of gravity keeps it stable in slow parking turns. Ergonomics follows comfort standard thinking, with an upright spine, neutral pegs, a plush saddle, and a bar that lets shoulders stay relaxed instead of tight and cramped over long days. Out on scenic back roads and through small towns, it prefers an unhurried rhythm, short shifting, listening to thump, and letting hedges and fields slide past softly at a quiet pace. Owners often say the Imperiale feels like a time capsule, with simple clocks, wire wheels, and a motor that thumps along, giving the bike character and a nostalgic mood for older riders. In markets, new prices land in the mid-$5,000 range, while used examples sit in the $3,000 to $4,000 bracket, so value stays kind to a budget. The drawback is patchy parts support, so you want to shop with service. Yet if you crave style, unhurried power, and feel, this is worth a look before a badge. If a light, easy bike like this gives your joints hope, hit like, smash the hype button, and subscribe for more real picks. Number 14. Ducati Scrambler 62. The Ducati Scrambler 62 is the relaxed face of the brand, giving senior riders real Ducati character and style without race bike pressure or painful crouch posture. An air-cooled L-twin in the high 300s makes usable low and mid-range pull so power feels smooth and friendly, while the 6-speed gearbox keeps shifts simple and mechanical in a satisfying way. Seat height sits a little over 31 inches, wet weight stays under roughly 400 pounds, and a tank just under 3.5 gallons gives stable range for relaxed, comfortable day rides rather than all-out touring. You sit upright on a flat bar with mid-pegs and a gently padded seat, a neutral triangle that keeps older backs comfortable on city streets, back roads, and easy weekend twisties. Best use is city to back road riding, casual Sunday loops, and mellow hill roads where you enjoy light steering and twin pulse instead of chasing lap times or scraping pegs. Owners often call this the most friendly Ducati, with a light clutch, predictable brakes, and stable steering on patched pavement, rather than only feeling good on perfect demo roads. New and used prices usually sit in the middle of this list, cheaper than big twins, but not bargain basement. And the real negative is higher service cost than simple Japanese twins. So you want a trusted mechanic, not a corner shop that guesses. Service costs are higher than simple Japanese twins. And if you want more adventure, stability, and room, the next bike moves into full-size touring comfort. Number 13. Benelli TRK 502. Benelli TRK 502 is a big yet affordable ADV tourer that gives older riders comfort and stability without flashy tech. The powertrain is a 500 cubic centimeter parallel twin with a 6-speed gearbox and a simple ABS-style setup, so you get usable power and basic safety without ride modes or screens. Seat height runs about 31.5 inches. Weight, 469 pounds. And the tank holds roughly 5.3 gallons, which gives a strong range for day rides. Ergonomics are upright, with a wide, roomy seat, relaxed knee bend, and a tall bar that keeps shoulders loose, a better fit for wider hips and longer backs than cramped sports standards. Owners praise how spacious the cockpit feels and how calm the chassis stays on rough pavement, which matters when roads are broken or gravel appears. Riders say it delivers a surprisingly comfortable touring feel, especially at normal real-world speeds, not only on perfect asphalt. Best use is day rides, rough pavement, and scenic touring, where stability matters more than speed or electronics. New pricing is listed at $6,399, and used machines trade near $4,000 to $6,000, depending on year, miles, and market, which is strong value from a large frame. The trade-off is height and weight, which shorter riders must check. But once seated, the TRK stays steady and is far less tiring than cheaper small bikes. Number 12. Royal Enfield Bullet 350. The Royal Enfield Bullet 350 is the picture of simple motorcycling, a mellow single that trades outright speed for calm and wraps everything in classic metal with honest mechanical character. Its air and oil-cooled single sits just under 350 cc and is tuned for easy low and mid-range torque rather than big peak numbers, so power delivery feels smooth and unhurried, especially at the legal speeds most senior riders actually use. Seat height sits around 31 to 32 inches, curb weight lives in the low 400s, and a tank close to 3.5 gallons combines with high double-digit miles per gallon to give a very solid range for scenic days. You sit bolt upright with a wide bar, mid-pegs, and a broad, softly padded seat, a comfortable triangle that suits relaxed commuting, gentle back roads, and those no-rush evening rides after dinner when you just want quiet air. Many owners describe it as deeply calm, comfortably slow, and surprisingly comfortable every day, because the steady single beat and mild vibration feel soothing rather than harsh. New prices usually sit in the low to mid $4,000 band, and older used bullets can be found for less again, so the overall value is strong if you are happy to live in the slow lane. The clear downside is modest passing power, so riders accept slow lane life and enjoy the view instead of fighting traffic, while the next used market Harley Twin brings more shove for easy highway merges without losing that senior-friendly feel. Number 11. Harley-Davidson Street 750. Harley-Davidson Street 750 keeps a low seat, confidence, and relaxed torque without punishing your back. Its liquid-cooled V-twin sits around 749 cc and is tuned for mid-range torque, so power feels smooth and steady at normal speeds. Seat height is a touch under 28 inches, and wet weight sits just over 500 pounds, which keeps the bike stable at town speeds and in parking lots. The tank holds a bit more than 3 gallons, and many riders see mid-40s miles per gallon, so range is practical for commuting and gentle highway hops. Ergonomics are classic cruiser, with a low saddle, easy reach bar, and mild forward pegs that keep your hips in a neutral angle and give comfort on everyday rides. Owners who like this machine talk about the manageable size, the predictable power, and how it delivers the Harley name without forcing you onto a giant touring rig, which feels like pure sanity as joints age. When new, it lived around $7,500, yet clean used bikes often show between $3,000 and $5,000, good value if you focus on service history. The trade-off is engine heat in slow traffic and finish that needs regular care. But if you want that low, easy feel with Honda smoothness, the next bike will catch your eye. Number 10. Honda SCL500. Honda's SCL500 is a standard built for comfort and reliable miles, not flashy numbers. The 471cc parallel twin is tuned for mid-range torque, so power feels smooth and steady instead of frantic. Seat height is just over 31 inches, weight lives in the low 400s, and the chassis stays balanced at parking lot speeds. The tank holds about 3 gallons, and many riders report close to 60 miles per gallon, so range is practical for day rides. Ergonomics are upright and neutral, with mid-set pegs and a bar that keeps joints relaxed, so older backs stay in comfort. Owners praise the light clutch, the clean fueling, and the way the bike disappears under you so the road feels peaceful. New prices usually land in the high $6,000 bracket, and used examples show around $5,000 to $6,000. Good value for a Honda Twin. The main complaint is the stock seat, which can feel firm after a long day and pushes some riders toward a plush aftermarket saddle. The stock seat may push you toward a plush upgrade, and if you also crave low seat, cruiser posture, and extra torquey, the next bike will catch your eye. If comfort and control matter more than horsepower ego, tap subscribe, drop a like, and send some hype so we keep making senior lists. Number 9. Hyosung GV650 Aquila. The Hyosung GV650 Aquila is a budget cruiser with a strong presence and real comfort for riders who refuse to chase useless tech. Its V-twin is 647 cubic centimeters with a 6-speed gearbox, giving honest torque and a smoother pull than many small singles. Seat height sits about 27.8 inches, wet weight near 535 pounds, and the tank holds about 4.2 gallons, which lets you cover long town-to-highway distances without constant stops. Ergonomics is our classic cruiser, with a low saddle, relaxed triangle, and wide bars that let shoulders and wrists stay calm instead of cramped. Owners and reviewers often say it feels like a lot of engine for the price, with a comfortable layout that is easy to settle into. That makes it perfect for budget cruising, commuting, weekend highway hops, and light touring where you want punch without a huge bagger. New pricing, when commonly sold, varied in the mid-$6,000 range, while used bikes land around $2,500 to $5,000. Depending on condition and miles, a big value drop from rivals. The trade-off is dealer reach, and resale varies by area, and parts can be harder to find. Yet with a decent shop, this machine gives thick torque, stable posture, and a true cruiser feel at a price that keeps your bank account calmer for longer, relaxed rides today. If you like that strong, low-seat comfort, but want something even simpler and cheaper to run, the next machine is a basic thumper. Number 8. Buell Blast 500. The Buell Blast 500 is a genuine hidden gem for seniors who want simple torque and cheap running without extra tech. Its air-cooled single is just under 500 cc and tuned for mid-range torque, so power feels smooth and honest at real road speeds. Seat height sits in the high 20s. Wet weight stays under 400 pounds, and that keeps the balance stable when you are moving it around the driveway. The tank holds a bit under 3 gallons, and many riders see around 60 miles per gallon. So range is practical for commuting and local roads. Ergonomics are upright and compact, with mid-pegs, a straight bar, and a flat seat that gives steady comfort on shorter rides. Owners often say it is more fun than it should be, praise the light steering, and like how basic the maintenance is on a single-cylinder bike. Best use is short commutes, learning, and relaxed backroad exploring, where the thump and simple controls keep things peaceful instead of tense. Prices now are almost all used, with many decent bikes between $1,500 and $3,000. Real value if you can accept some vibration and are ready to plan parts and service a little more carefully. Number 7. Kawasaki Vulcan 750. Kawasaki's Vulcan 750 is an old-school cruiser that still delivers comfort and solid value to older riders today. Its liquid-cooled V-twin is just under 750cc and tuned for mid-range torque, so power feels smooth and steady at normal speeds. Seat height is just under 29 inches. Weight is about 500 pounds, and the long, low frame keeps the bike stable in town and at cruise. The tank holds a bit more than 3.5 gallons, and many owners see high 40s miles per gallon, so range is practical for weekend loops. Ergonomics are pure cruiser, with a low saddle, easy reach bars, and slightly forward pegs that give older backs real comfort. Riders who like these machines praise the durable shaft drive, the stout engine, and the way the chassis stays predictable even with bags and a passenger. Best use is relaxed cruising at sane speeds, where the bike feels steady and unhurried. Prices now are all used, with many decent examples between $2,000 and $4,000. Value if you avoid neglected projects. The downside is age, since every Vulcan 750 is a mature bike, so you must buy service history, not just shiny paint, to get reliable miles. Number 6. Benelli 302S. The Benelli 302S is an easy everyday twin for riders who want smooth power, real value, and simple steering without killing the budget. Its parallel twin around 302 cubic centimeters makes mild but useful power, enough mid-range to feel lively in town while staying calm on the ring road. Seat height is roughly 31 inches. Wet weight sits close to 400 pounds, and a tank near 4 gallons with mid-40s. Miles per gallon gives practical range for daily riding. You sit upright with a wide handlebar, neutral pegs, and a supportive saddle that keeps wrists relaxed and knees at a friendly bend. Steering is light yet stable, so low-speed turns stay predictable, and the twin-disc front brake gives solid control. Riders say the bike feels more planted and refined than the price suggests, praising the smooth engine and comfortable posture at legal speeds. New prices usually land in the mid-$5,000 band, while used examples drop into the $3,000 to $4,000 range when miles stay sensible. Dealer reach and resale change by region, so you buy the machine you want and enjoy cheap, reliable motion every time you roll it out. Number 5. Triumph Scrambler 400X. The Triumph Scrambler 400X gives a taller view, plush suspension, and classic style without feeling like a rolling computer. Its single, around 398 cubic centimeters, is tuned for low and mid pull, so real-world torque feels smooth and reliable on broken back roads. Seat height sits near 32.5 inches, and wet weight just under 400 pounds keep it manageable for most riders. The bars are wide, the pegs keep knees relaxed, and the long travel fork and shock soak up potholes in a peaceful way. You sit upright with clear sightlines, feeling stable at cruise yet light enough to turn with small inputs, so dodging holes stays simple and predictable. Riders praise how easy it is to guide and how composed it feels when the road turns rough, with traction control and ABS staying quiet in the background. New prices sit in the mid-$5,000 space, with early used bikes drifting lower, so value is strong for a branded machine with this much comfort. The trade-off is the taller perch, which can feel intimidating for shorter inseams, so a lower seat or careful test ride is prudent before buying. Number 4. Royal Enfield Scram 411. The Royal Enfield Scram 411 is the relaxed cousin of the Himalayan, built for simple city life and stable backroad exploring. Its air and oil-cooled single, around 411 cubic centimeters, is tuned for low-rev torque, so it chugs along relaxed instead of frantic, a trait older riders value. Seat height sits near 31 inches, weight in the low 400s, and a tank around 4 gallons with strong miles per gallon gives steady range for mixed rides. The ergonomics are neutral and calm. Upright bars, mid-pegs, and a supportive seat that lets you sit tall without wrist strain, while the 19-inch front wheel and soft suspension soak up potholes with quiet control. You get simple clocks and easy controls, so low-speed work in tight streets or gravel lanes feels confident instead of tense. New models usually cost less than many big brand rivals, and used examples already show up with friendly prices, so value stays strong if you buy carefully. The downside is limited high-speed shove, so this is a machine you keep in the slower lanes and enjoy as a steady, reliable partner. Number 3. BMW R1100RT. The BMW R1100RT is a real tourer that brings long-distance comfort and wind protection at prices many riders can afford today. Its boxer twin with shaft drive is built for low maintenance and calm touring miles, not frantic performance, and riders often praise how stable it feels at highway speeds. Seat is wide and supportive. Posture is a sit-in style, and a large fairing plus tall screen creates serious wind protection that cuts fatigue on neck and shoulders during long days. Weight is substantial, but that mass adds stability in crosswinds and rough weather, which many older riders actually value more than lightness. Owners frequently talk about it as a comfortable mile eater and a smart buy near the $5,000 mark, a rare bargain for a machine that can cover serious distance. Best use cases include cheap long-distance touring, winter wind protection, and calm highway miles when you want a bike that will keep you steady and less tired for hours. Pricing new is discontinued, but commonly used comps show roughly $2,900 to $7,800 depending on condition, miles, and market, and good bikes at the lower end still deliver a big touring feel. The trade-off is the age of the machines, which means careful inspection, seals, and service history matter more than shiny paint. Yet when maintained, this bike returns quiet, reliable, and long rides without drama. If that heavy tourer feels like too much bulk these days, the next pick keeps comfort but shrinks into a simple adventure single. If these practical comfort first choices match real life better than showroom flex, hit like, subscribe, and tell us which bike you would actually ride. Number 2. Royal Enfield Himalayan 411. The Royal Enfield Himalayan 411 is a mellow adventure bike that many seniors treat as a tall, super comfortable standard for rough roads. Its air and oil-cooled single, around 411 cubic centimeters, is tuned for tractor-style torque, so it pulls clean at low revs and stays relaxed all day. Seat height is about 31.5 inches, weight in the low 400s, and a tank a bit over 4 gallons. With strong miles per gallon, gives serious range for wandering bad pavement. You get upright bars, generous legroom, and a soft plush seat with long travel suspension that flattens potholes in a peaceful way. The chassis is built for stability with a large front wheel and simple brakes that still feel confident. Riders talk about how relaxing the Himalayan is. Not fast, not flashy, just simple to point at a horizon and ride all day with a quiet thumb. Used examples often undercut the already fair new price, so value is a core part of the appeal. The compromise is speed, so the bike favors scenic routes and moderate cruising for riders who care more about comfort and reliable miles than raw acceleration. Number 1. Kawasaki Ninja 300. The Kawasaki Ninja 300 proves that a small sport bike can still work for older riders when you set it up for comfort and calm speed. Its parallel twin, around 296 cubic centimeters, revs willingly, yet the tuning stays smooth and friendly at part throttle, giving enough power for highways without feeling wild. Seat height is roughly 30 inches, wet weight around 370 pounds, and a tank just over 4 gallons. With strong miles per gallon, gives good range for mixed riding. Out of the crate, the ergonomics leans sporty, but a slightly taller bar and softer seat turn the triangle into a more neutral position that keeps wrists and lower back in better comfort. Handling is light and precise, so weaving through traffic and carving gentle back roads feels rewarding instead of tiring. Owners often say the Ninja feels reliable as a hammer, shrugging off miles with simple maintenance and delivering cheap parts. The main downside is the stock lean forward posture, so small tweaks matter. But once you dial the fit, you get smooth motion and light controls without punishing your joints. Click the next video to keep your riding brain curious and your garage ideas fresh. Hit subscribe if you want more comfort-focused picks and honest talk about cheap bikes.